Hello, this is part 2. Welcome back. I'm sorry I had to do this, but it's weird how they have a limit now on how long your video can be. But yeah, here's part 2. And my dad is saying, I'm not happy with this, I don't agree with this, and you need to stop. And then the therapist asked my mom how she felt. My mom, she said, like, I don't know, it made me really sad what my mom said. She said she doesn't know what she did wrong, like where she went wrong raising me, how come I turned out the way I am, how come she even brought up the fact that I didn't have a boyfriend until I was in college. And I was like, first of all, what does that have to do with anything? I'm gonna go with my own pace. Like, I've only had 2 boyfriends, and one of them doesn't even count because he was abusive as fuck and a horrible guy. Like, I don't count him. My mom was just wondering what she did wrong raising me, and I was like, ouch, you know, like, okay. So my mom said she doesn't know where she went wrong raising me, and I was just like sitting there like, wow, really? Like, and why she's like wondering why I'm choosing to do this and stuff, and I was just like, you're acting like this is like the end of the world. And so my response to that was like, Mom, like, I think you raised a fabulous child. Like, I think I turned out great. You raised a woman who wants to be an independent woman. I want my own money. That's mine, not my parents giving me $50 every month. Like, I want my money, and I want to buy myself my things, and I want to be independent. I want to move out. I want my own car. I want to own, like, my own property and all this stuff. Like, and I said this, I literally said, Mom, I could be doing drugs, I could be addicted to drugs, I could be a criminal, and I could be a Trump supporter. But no, I'm doing this. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm making honest money. Like, I signed a W-2, and you really should, I think you should be proud that I'm trying to be an independent woman. And then the therapist, oh my God, this is the first little red flag I had about him. He was like, yeah, the first 2 things are but the Trump supporter thing, I was like, oh, he's a Trump supporter. And I was like, oh, like, this guy sucks. But I wasn't going to say anything about that. And he kind of backed away from after he said that, basically he supports Trump. But I was like, first of all, you're a therapist. You're not supposed to put, like, your political affiliations into your sessions as a therapist. That guy sucks. But I didn't say that or anything, but I was, like, screaming on the inside. And so then the therapist goes on and tells a personal story, and he says his daughter. He starts sharing a story about his own daughter, which I was like, I feel like you're not supposed to be sharing stuff like this. But it did help my case, and I'll give him that. It did help my case, kinda. He said he shared a story about how his daughter decided she wanted to be a stripper, and she danced for a while she was in college, and now she works at a law firm and doesn't make anywhere close to what she was making as a stripper. And he was explaining how he felt about it, how he didn't like the idea, obviously, and that's what I opened up everything with. Like, of course my parents aren't gonna like the idea that I'm, like, a sex worker, like, but they just have to accept me as their daughter still, and they still do. They still love me, and they still care about me, and they still let me live with them and all this stuff. But anyways, the therapist talks to us about his daughter being a stripper, and I was like, okay, cool, like, this maybe can help. And my mom was just like, and my dad was definitely like, no, she shouldn't be doing this. She got a big life ahead of her, and this is gonna ruin it. She's never gonna get a job. She's never gonna be able to get a loan. She's never gonna be able to. I'm like, I think I can still get a loan from a bank, right? If I have OnIyfans in my background, like, all they want to know is if you could pay for your shit, and I can definitely pay for it now because I have a good income. And what I don't know about that whole thing, but anyways, he just said I'm, like, throwing my life away. My dad said that. And the therapist guy just was trying to explain, like, this is, like, a regular job. She's not doing anything illegal, which is right. I've never done anything, like, I've never done prostitution. I never will do prostitution. So stop asking me. Don't agree with that because it is illegal. And if you do that, that's your business, not mine. But I personally will not resort to that. But anyways, the next thing that went down was my mom started coming around when I explained to her, like I work hard for this. You know, you raised a cute daughter. She's pretty. She's a pretty daughter. And I exercise every day. Like, I work hard for my body. Might as well just show it off, you know. Might as well, if I got it, monetize it and all this stuff. I love the chicken nuggets from Wendy's so much. She started realizing, like, okay, like, she's right. She does know that I exercise every day. I work really hard to keep my appearance up and stuff, and I love, like, hair and makeup and all that stuff and beauty, and it's all going towards my passion, and it's not going towards, you know, throwing it all away. Like, I still want to do this, and I still want to, you know, be my own boss one day and, like, run my own shit. This is all going to a good place. And so my mom started coming around a little bit. She's still not, like, she doesn't love the idea, and that's not, I'm not asking them to love the idea that this is what I do. I'm just asking them to just be, like, not take me to therapy and force me to say I'm going to stop and, like, be really, like, crazy about it. And honestly, I thought the way they handled it was pretty crazy. Don't you believe that? Like, answer me in the comments down below. Like, if your kid did this, would you, like, go to that length, like, pay $300 for a hour-long therapy session to get nothing done? Like, why don't you just talk to me? That's the only time we've ever talked about my OnlyFans, was the time they bombarded me in the living room when they woke me up, and the therapy session. I've never talked to them about it any other time, like, ever. And I don't know, they're not comfortable maybe talking about it, which I understand, so they wanted to have, like, a mediator, but I feel like that was kind of a bit much. And so the therapy session was concluding, and the therapist was asking my dad, like, you know, like, she lives with you. Is everything going to be okay? Like, you guys living together, and she's still doing this. And my dad was like, I just want her to stop, and I don't agree with anything you are saying. And the therapist was like, can you guys live amongst each other? And he was like, well, yeah, she's my daughter, but I still don't agree with her, and I want her to stop. Like, he just kept saying that, and the therapist just kept saying, like, okay. But yeah, so that's how that happened. I was definitely surprised that the therapist was on my side. My mom was right. I didn't think he would be. He was definitely, I feel like, not professional for, you know, like, kind of taking a stance on Trump's side, and then sharing, like, a personal story about his own life. But whatever, like, it all kind of worked out, and I still do OnlyFans, and my parents still tolerate me. I mean, I still live with them, and I'm moving out in hopefully the new year. Which is exciting because living on my own is, like, the best. Like, I used to live on my own from 2015 to 2017, and then from 2019 to 2020 I lived on my own. But then pandemic hit and I moved back in. So yeah, that's neither here or there. But point is, they're just kind of ignoring it, and I don't know, like, hopefully that, like, my mom's friend who had the son that broke the news isn't still talking shit about me. But I don't know, I never really liked them either, so whatever, I don't really care. But I just don't want my mom to hear any shit from people, you know, like, she doesn't deserve that. Like, I'm an independent woman. You can't control your 23-year-old daughter. I'm an adult. I'm allowed to do what I want, which is another thing. Like, they definitely think that I'm still 16, I feel like, and I still get treated like it all the time. So that's my story. on how my parents found out about my OnlyFans and how they handled it. I know it's kind of like, oh, like nothing really kind of came about it, like no big ending where I got kicked out of the house or anything. No, like they still love me and they still care about me, and I love them and I appreciate them for trying, but I feel like I want this to be like an easier conversation. And I don't know, maybe they will watch this video, and if you're watching this, like, you can be open with me, Mom, you can be open with me, Dad, about anything, but just don't force me to do anything, because that doesn't work. I'm an independent woman. I'm gonna do what I want. You can subscribe to my OnlyFans. I have a holiday sale going on for the 12 days going up to Christmas, and also Black Friday. So yeah, you can subscribe there, and you can also follow me on Instagram. It's just the same thing, ZIAJGS. Make sure you subscribe, because I post stuff all the time. It's a lot of random stuff and more story times. I got a lot of stories that I think you guys might want to hear, so I'm definitely gonna do more of these. The mukbang thing didn't really work out because I was talking the whole time, but yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. Make sure you thumbs up this video because that helps me a lot. And oh my gosh, yeah, if you ever see an ad on one of my videos, just please watch your little short ad for me. It really helps me out a lot, and you can go get yourself a little snack or something. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now and finish my food, and yeah, okay, bye guys.